So come into a comfortable seated position, move the flesh from the sit bones and sit tall. And just let the backs of the hands rest on the knees and close the eyes. And take a moment here just to settle into the body. Settle into this time and space. And find your breath. Just feel that expansion as the breath comes in, filling the lungs, the diaphragm. Feel that slight contraction as the breath leaves the body. Almost as if your whole body is breathing. With the hands on the knees, just going to move the spine a little bit. So inhale, dip the heart forward, let the elbows point up. And then exhale, hold on to the knees, draw the navel towards the back body and round the back. Do that again, inhale, lean forward, let the heart dip, elbows point up. Exhale, hold on to the knees, draw the navel towards the back body, open it up. Keep going, inhaling, exhaling. And really begin to link movement to breath so that the movement happens inside the breath. Good, one more. And then inhale, sit as tall as you can. Again, move the flesh from the sit bones if you need to. Fingertips, right fingertips into the floor. Inhale, lift the left arm up. And just walk that hand out. Press the hand firmly into the floor. Press the left sit bone deeply into the earth and reach the fingers away. Head and neck is relaxed in a neutral position. And just feel that elongation of the side body. And now breathe more deeply into it. So right into the left lung. See how far you can feel the breath moving. So can you feel it move all the way down into the hip? And if you remember those areas that were a little tight or a little stuck, and just bring that back into your memory and give them extra attention. Good. Inhale. We're going to roll the left shoulder open. Offer up the heart. Squeeze the shoulder blade in and down the back. And then inhale, come back up, lifting with that left hand. Come into seated position. Take a moment to notice the difference between the right side and the left. Good, let's do the other side. So left hand into the earth, inhale the right arm up, and walk that hand out. Press the right sit bone away from the fingertips. Breathe deeply here. Remember, we were doing that 1-to-1 even breath, so samavriti. One more full inhale. Just really extend into the lungs. And again, if you can find that area that was particularly sensitive, a little bit more awareness there. You'll notice the breath will go there. And where the mind goes, the prana follows. Now squeeze that right shoulder blade in and down your back. Offer up the heart. Just feel that freedom there in the chest. Squeezing the shoulder blade. And then lift with the right hand, come back into seated, and once again, just observe how you feel. So let the body adjust. Good, and we'll come back to even. So inhale, both arms are going to reach up. And then exhale, just walk forward and soften into forward fold. And breathe deeply here. Send the inhale down all the way towards the lower back. So even though the belly expands, we want to feel the backside opening here. So back of the heart, rib cage, down into the kidneys. Soften the elbows and let the upper body release just a little further. One more breath. Good, lifting the chest just a little bit, interlace the fingers, push the palms away, anchor into the hips, and now slowly lift up just a little bit more, create more height in the spine, relax the shoulder heads down into their socket and continue to lift. One more full breath here. And then release the hands back down to the knees. Point the fingertips towards the hips, and we're just going to engage the back body a little bit here. So as the fingers reach towards the hips, push into the palms and straighten the arms. Lift the sternum, lift the front body, and if you want to keep going, reach into the knees. Lift that whole upper spine. Hips come off the earth. Full breath. And then lower those hips back down, roll off the fingertips. And again, just sit and observe. So move the spine in almost all directions here and see how that feels. See how things have changed. So just that little bit of attention helps to aid in the purification. Now, Hatha Yoga has a lot of cleansing techniques, so we're going to work with Kapalabhati this morning. And Kapalabhati is short, forceful exhales out through the nostrils, and it's technically a cleansing technique. If you need some support to be more aware of the diaphragm, you can place your hand right there just below the ribs on the diaphragm area. And what we're going to do is we're going to do short, forceful exhales that push the diaphragm towards the back body, just like as if a gnat were to fly up your nose, you wanted to quickly get it out. So that forceful push is going to draw the air out of the body, and then as you breathe in, it's a natural reaction to that forceful exhale. So you don't really have to think as much about the inhale, but concentrate on that strong, forceful exhale. And we're going to start with a round of 36. So hands on the knees. Take a full breath in. Chest, ribs, belly. Now full breath out, belly, ribs, chest. One more full breath in. Now let just 3/4 of the breath out. And begin. Slow it down. Take a moment to sit, eyes closed. Notice the effects of Kapalabhati, meaning a skull shining breath, awareness of sensation around the head, skull, but also how that breath kind of cleans and clears the aura, the energy around you. We're going to go a little deeper here and do a round of 64, so full breath in, 3/4 of the breath out, and begin. Slow it down. And just breathe, close the eyes. Notice the effects. Notice how some of the density is leaving the body, the energy field. Last one we're going to do is 108, and if that's too much, just repeat one of the ones we did before, either 36 or 64, or you could repeat 36 twice. So full breath in, 3/4 the breath out. Begin. Slow it down. And then just close the eyes and experience that. Notice how you feel. All right, very nice. So we're going to come forward into tabletop position. And bring the hands underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips, tops of the feet pressing firmly into the floor. On the inhalation, lift the heart, lift the sit bones, look up. On the exhalation, draw the navel to the spine and round the back. Take the sit bones to the heels, child's pose. Now inhale, stand on your knees. Bring your arms up and over the head. Lift and lengthen through your core. And exhale, take the hands to the sacrum and bring the forehead to the floor. Navel to the spine as you go down. Inhale, the arms reach out wide as you lift and rise. And then exhale, again, bowing down to child's pose. And try your best to keep that navel really hugging the back body. And then the hands come down, sit bones to heels. Good. Inhale, tabletop position. Heart lift, sit bones lift as you look up. Just feel that opening of the heart here and that feeling of devotion. As you exhale, draw the navel toward the back body and really feel the humble quality of forward bending. And then stand on the knees, bring the arms up, just like the rising sun. Feel that expansion here through the front body. And again, hands to the sacrum, forehead to the floor, and that quality of reverence. Inhale the arms out wide as you lift and rise. And then again, bowing down to child's pose. Try your best to hug the navel towards the back body as you go down. Good. Again, inhale, tabletop. Exhale, child's pose, navel to spine. Sit bones all the way to the heels. Inhale, stand on the knees. Arms reach up. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, hands to sacrum, forehead to floor. Inhale, arms out wide as you lift and rise. And exhale, navel to spine, arms try to stay in alignment with the ears till the last second they come down, sit bones to heels. One more time, please. Inhale. Whole body expands. Exhale, feel that contraction. Inhale, stand on the knees. And exhale again, that contraction. Inhale, arms out wide as you stand on the knees, full expansion. And exhale, nice and firm as you come down. And then just rest here for a moment. Relax the elbows. Good. Inhale, tabletop position. We're going to bring the elbows down into the mat. So elbows come down, hands wrap around the middle part of the arms. Interlace your fingers and press your forearms down, or spread your palms wide with your forearms parallel. Tuck your back toes under and lift your sit bones up and back for dolphin variation of down dog. Now, in dolphin variation, bend one knee and press the other heel down. And then bend the other knee and press the other heel down, and just move back and forth a couple times, opening up the back of the legs. Notice here the stability of the forearms into the earth, and as you press down, it really creates that security there for the heart. Space and security for the shoulders, and allows that full lengthening of the spine. Good, now feet hip distance apart, toes turned in slightly, heels out. Roll the inner thighs in and back. And it's okay if the heels don't touch. Keep anchoring them towards the floor. Lift the hips up and back and really elongate the backs of the legs. Keep the legs firm. Breathe deeply here. Each time you exhale, see if you can take the navel a little further in and up underneath the rib cage. Almost getting that hollowing out sensation in the belly. One more here. And then come to rest, bring knees to floor. And this time, as you move to child's pose, just take the hands toward the heels and just round the upper back. So this is embryo. Good, now arms forward again. Come back up into tabletop position. Lift the heart, lift the sit bones, and exhale to downward facing dog. And so the legs and feet here are the same as they were in dolphin. Just roll the shoulder heads away from the ears and hug the inner elbows toward one another. Press down firmly through the hands. And just take 2 more full breaths here just to create that memory of downward facing dog. That feeling of stability. All the alignment principles. Very nice. Come onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, look at the hands, and step forward to your fingertips. And just open your feet hip distance apart and hang into your forward fold. So as you soften down here, just let a little micro bend come into the knee. And if you'd like, a couple times you can just roll the hands down the back. Just kind of giving that nice little massage there for the backs of the legs. And just one more, just releasing tension. Good. And we're going to take the hands behind us and interlace the fingers. Knuckles reach up and away and just stretch out the shoulders. Free up some space there. If you want to do that little flossing of the shoulder blades where the knuckles reach away from you and then they come closer to the sacrum, and just go back and forth a few times. It's like a nice little self-massage. And then you can keep the arms over the head and squeeze the heels and the hands together to the best of your ability, drawing those shoulder heads away from the ears and letting the neck be long, head heavy. And make sure you don't sink too much in the heels, so feel balanced right over the center of the foot. Continue to breathe. Whole body expanding on inhalation, whole body drawing in on exhalation. Good, now push into the feet, reach the knuckles back, and slowly come back up into standing. Head and neck is the last thing to lift. Lift the chin and jut the chin forward. Stretch the muscles of the front of the neck. And then just let it all go. And just come into standing mountain pose just for a moment here. Observe how you feel. And all the thoughts and the minds that we so often identify with begin to quiet down. And so we begin to get closer and closer to that jnana, to that knowledge of who we are beyond name and form. So we're going to stick with more of a classical sun salutation here. And this classical sun salutation is one that's been done for thousands of years. So bring your big toes to touch, space between the heels, hands together in front of the heart. And I just want you to, for a moment, just to close your eyes and take that feeling of devotion that we talked about before, that bhakti. And imagine yourself, maybe standing by the bank of a river, perhaps it's the Ganges. Thousands of years, this salutation has been practiced in gratitude to the sun. It's been passed down from teacher to student to teacher to student. So just really feeling the gravity of that, the weight of that, as well as the beauty. So let's inhale, open the eyes, arms reach up and over the head. Exhale, forward fold, navel to spine. Step the right leg back, lower the knee down, top of the foot, and inhale up for low lunge. Arms reach, just like the rising sun. And then exhale, step back to plank position. Now, you're going to bring the knees down, chest and chin Tucking those toes underneath. You're going to push out through the heels and scoop forward into cobra. Elbows and shoulders pull back. And exhale the navel up and back for downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward. Lower the left knee down. Inhale up for low lunge. Arms reach overhead. And exhale, step the back foot forward, standing forward fold. Big toes are touching, space between the heels. Inhale, reach the arms out wide, all the way overhead, and exhale, hands to the heart. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, the arms reach out. Imagining that rising sun over the river. Exhale, navel to spine. Forward folding, and then that left leg goes back. Inhale, the arms reach overhead in low lunge here. And then exhale, plank position. So you can bring the knees down, the chest, the chin, and then scoop forward into cobra. Elbows and shoulders are pulling back, and then exhale, navel up and back for downward facing dog. The left leg steps forward to the fingertips, and the right knee comes down, and inhale up for low lunge. Arms reach overhead, and then exhale, step that back foot forward, standing forward fold. Big toes are touching, space between the heels. Inhale, the arms reach out wide as you lift and rise. And exhale, hands to heart. So that's one round. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach. And exhale, fold. Right leg back. Inhale, arms reach, low lunge. Exhale, plank position. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, scoop forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg through. Left knee to the floor. Inhale as you rise. And exhale, standing forward fold. Big toes touching, space between the heels. Inhale, arms reach. Lift and rise up. Exhale to the heart. Left side, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Left leg back. So as we do this physical movement, inhaling to low lunge, it's easy to be forgetful, so stay in the devotion. Plank position, knees to floor, chest, chin. Inhaling cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left leg forward. Inhale. Exhale, step forward, standing forward fold. Inhale, lift and rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Right leg back, low lunge. Inhale. Exhale, plank position. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, scoop forward. Into cobra. Exhale, down dog. Right leg through. Inhale. Remember that quality of connecting to those people who have done this for thousands of years. Standing forward fold. Inhale, lift and rise. Exhale to the heart. One more, really honoring. Inhale. Exhale. Left leg back. Inhale. Exhale. Plank. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale forward. Exhale, down dog. Left leg through. Right knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Rising sun. Exhale, step forward. Big toes touching. Inhale, reach. All the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. And now just be here for a moment with your hands at your heart or down by your side in that Samastiti or standing mountain pose, Tadasana. And just take a moment to feel. Observe the heart beating a little faster, blood flowing through the body, that cleansing, purifying. And imagine what it would have been like to rely on the sun for all your sources of food, the awakening of each and every day, all the life-giving gifts that come from it, the gratitude you would feel from it. One more breath. Very nice. So coming back into the front of the mat, big toes touching, space between the heels, hands are together in front of the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up. And now exhale, forward fold, navel to spine. Now, hook your index middle thumb around your big toe, and if that's too intense for anybody, you can just have your hands on your shin bones and put your fingertips towards your toes. So as you'll come up, if your hands are on your shins, you're just going to straighten the arms and straighten the spine. But if you're hooking the index middle thumb around your big toe, you're going to hold on to the feet and inhale, pull away. So straightening the arms, straightening the spine, and only straighten the legs to the best of your ability. You can keep a micro bend in the knee. Now exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows, relax the head and neck. And we're just going to move in and out a few more times here. So inhale, pull away. Feel the heart opening, shoulders moving down the back. Exhale, navel to spine, fold more deeply. Keep going, inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And remember that quality. So as you're breathing in, you're just going to feel that full expansion, whole body expanding. And then as you breathe out, that whole body contraction, that feeling of just drawing inward. 2 more, please. And then stay in the forward fold when you complete that last one. Keep bending the elbows out wide if your fingers were down on your toes. Let the crown reach. And you can keep that micro bend in your knee. Just make sure you're coming forward off those heels so you're not balanced too much weight in the back. And then bring your hands to your hips and just scoop your heart. Come halfway up. So you're really just hovering here at the midpoint. Reach the crown of the head away from the hips. And those of you that are feeling a little stronger today, reach the fingers a little further away from one another. So just opening the arms out to the side. And notice here how each exhalation hugs the navel towards the back body. The spinal muscles are strengthening. More and more space in the vertebrae. One more breath. And then press into the feet, flip the palms up, inhale all the way over the head, Urdhva Hastasana, and then exhale, arms down by your side, Samastiti. All right, so hands to the hips. We're going to step the right foot back and come into just a shorter stance, about 3, maybe 3.5 feet if you're going a little longer. Inhale the arms out wide and turn your right palm up. Exhale, lengthen over that front leg. Reach the fingers as far as they'll go. You can gaze at the back hand or take your gaze to the side wall. Inhale, press into the feet, come back up. Do it again. Exhale, reach. Breathe and extend. And inhale, come back up. Good, just one more. Now this time we're going to go down and we're going to stay. So you're going to reach as far as you can over that front leg and then just take the hand to the shin, ankle, foot, or floor and reach the right arm up in the air. Now you can keep this hand directly where it is. You can let the left palm just turn up, anchoring firmly into the feet. So the ball of the front foot, the outside edge of the back foot, and then feeling from the pubic bone down through the inner thighs, anchoring there. Now turn your right hand like you're turning a doorknob and take it behind your back. Let that palm just rest on the back of the hand, rest on the sacrum, and roll the right shoulder open just a little more. Exhaling, the navel hugs the back body, and then feel the navel rotate slightly more to the right. Stay firm through the legs and feet as you breathe deeply here. Lighten the load on your left hand. Good, 2 more full breaths. Just feeling that rotation deepen with each breath, but not through force, through that beautiful unwinding. And now the right arm is going to lift up in the air. You're going to lift like someone's pulling your hand, press into the feet, and then bring the hands to the hips. And we're just going to switch sides. Save us some time, just rotate the feet in the other direction. Good. Inhale the arms long, turn the left palm up. Inhale here, and now exhale, reach over that front leg. You can look at the back hand if it's comfortable, or keep the neck neutral, and then inhale, come back up. Do it again. Exhale, reach, lengthen. See if you can get just a little more space each time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This one we're going to stay. So we're going to exhale over that front leg as far as you can, and then again, hand to shin, ankle, foot, or floor, wherever it naturally lands. If you prefer to keep the palm up, that's perfectly fine. Left arm is straight, arms in alignment with one another, and you're going to reach the fingers away from one another. So stay firm in the legs, pressing the ball of the front foot, the outside edge of the back heel. And really get the legs stable. So again, you feel energy coming from the pubic bone down those inner thighs like anchors to the floor. And then if you'd like here, you can turn that hand like a doorknob, take the back of the hand onto the sacrum, and then rotate the navel a little deeper to the left, open the shoulder up a bit more. Now breathe deeply here. Getting a little longer on inhalation. On the exhalation, hug the navel towards the back body and rotate a little deeper. 2 more. Drawing that navel in, squeeze, rotate. And really after that third breath, you're kind of at your peak for rotations. The last 2 here, you're just going to stay and breathe. Reduce any areas of strain. Remember those parts of the body you found during your body scan at the beginning of the practice. Now the left arm is going to lift up, and you're going to root into the feet. Pull up through that hand, and then just come back to neutral for a moment here. Hands to hips and rest. Eyes can be closed, or you can have a soft gaze at the floor. Face is relaxed. Again, notice less chatter in the mind, less stiffness, rigidity in the body, more remembrance of who we are. Okay, we're going to turn the toes in the first direction. So left foot straight, right foot is angled in, but what we're going to do is heel toe that back just a bit. So we want to widen the stance to about 4.5 feet. Inhale the arms long, both palms are facing down this time, and exhale, bend into that front knee, take the left forearm to the thigh, right arm up and over the head. Now, feel that nice long line of energy. So press to the outside edge of the back foot and soften into this right hip enough that you can go deeper into that left knee, and then the top arm over the head. And if you have trouble with the arm, you can take it out in front of you, reach it out of its shoulder socket, pull the head back into the shoulder socket, and then sweep the arm over the head. And that should help to stabilize that a bit. So same thing here as we were experiencing in triangle. Navel's going to hug the back body and rotate slightly to the right. And then you can gaze up at the right inner arm if it's comfortable, or just keep the neck neutral. And we're just staying with this level 1 variation here, so we keep a nice open heart and are able to feel that each inhalation, the whole body is expanding. Each exhalation, everything contracts, pulls in slightly. Good, breathing here, keep anchoring into the feet. Don't collapse that front knee on the inside of the foot. Make sure it's staying open. Now lift with the right arm. Just stay the same in the legs. Warrior 2. And now really root down. So as you anchor, you can activate the arches of the feet. Reach through the fingertips. So elongate the shoulders. Tailbone can absorb in slightly. Lower belly lifts. Feel space in the neck. Gaze directly over the middle finger of that left hand. Stay comfortable. The perfect balance between strength and softness. One more breath. Now back hand to thigh. Turn and look at that left palm. Just reverse warrior 2 for a moment, and then slowly straighten that front leg, and that should feel like a nice release there. And then we're going to pinwheel the fingertips to the floor. Pivot on the ball of the back foot and step back to downward facing dog. And just take a moment here in down dog to stabilize. Find your breath. Good, and we're going to vinyasa. So inhale to plank position. Now we haven't done a full vinyasa yet, so bring knees to floor. Squeeze the elbows tight till the body comes down, tops of the feet ground. Inhale just halfway up for cobra. We're familiar here. And then exhale, navel up and back, downward facing dog. One more breath. Now, just for convenience sake, we're going to lunge that right foot forward to the fingertips, spin the back foot flat, and prepare for doing that side angle on the other side. So with that right foot forward, outside edge of the back foot grounding, again, you have about 4.5 feet here between the legs. And then inhale the arms long, and then exhale, bend into that front knee, take that right forearm down to the thigh, and the left arm up and over the head. Again, you want to work on that nice long angle from the outside edge of the foot, softening into the hip, going deeper into that front knee. So knee in alignment with the ankle, but not beyond it. And then again, gazes up at the left inner arm. And if that's challenging for anybody's neck, just stay neutral. And if you need that support for the shoulder, reach the arm out of its socket for a moment, pull it back in, and then take the arm over the head. And that really just stabilizes the shoulder. Staying deep here. Each exhalation pulls the navel in, rotates it a little deeper to the left. And again, the more physical the posture, the more we are in this physical realm. The idea in asana is to be stable but soft so that the mind is still free to meditate on the infinite. Two more. Keep checking in with those areas you found during your body scan. Now, warrior two, you're going to lift with that left hand. Bring the right arm out. Keep the legs the way they are. And now, if you need to activate the feet, lift the front toes, activate the arch of the foot, gaze over the middle finger of the right hand, and relax the shoulders. Breathe deeply here. Feel that slight inner body lift as you absorb the tailbone in, lift the lower belly. Instead of feeling sagging through the pelvis, you're going to feel just a little lift there. Heart gets a little higher. Crown of the head gets a little higher. One more full breath here. Now, back hand to thigh. Turn and look at that right palm. Reverse warrior two. And then very slowly straighten the front leg. Opening up through the hip there, feels really nice. And then again, we'll pinwheel the fingertips to the floor, pivot on the ball of the back foot, and step back to downward facing dog. Take a moment, let everything settle in down dog. Now this time, if we want to take a traditional vinyasa, inhale to plank position, keep the knees lifted, squeeze the elbows tight into the side chaturanga, and then inhale into cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, navel up and back for downward facing dog. Nice deep breaths here. Good, last one. And then come onto the balls of your feet. Bend your knees, look at your hands, step or lightly hop forward. Inhale to monkey pose, the flat back. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, lift and rise all the way up, anchoring into the feet, arms reach. And exhale, hands to the heart. And now you can again stay here. Bring the arms by your side and take a moment to just feel, what are you doing? What's happening to the body, to the mind? Do you feel a little lighter, a little more expansive? Very nice. Inhale, arms are going to reach up. Exhale, forward fold. And now we're just stepping the left foot back. So right foot stays forward, fingers in a finger stand to start. So high lunge position, shin bone pressing forward away from the back heel. And then when you're stable, you're going to bring the arms up and over the head. Now, interlace your fingers, take your index and thumb up. You're going to lean towards your bent knee leg. So lean over to your right, stretching that whole left side body. So you're creating all that extra space and room there along the side. Breathe deeply into the lung. All the way into the hip. Remember that full body is expanding. Contract on exhalation for support and stability. And then come back to center. Now we're going to move into the twist. So left elbow is going to go to the outside of the right thigh. And then we're moving into that prayer spinal twist. So elbow on the thigh, fist with the left hand, cup with the top. Or if you prefer, you can be in a prayer position with the hands. Now pressing down, pull the navel towards the back body, rotate to the right. Feel that strength. If it's too intense, you can always bring the left knee down to the floor. Stabilize your gaze. Each exhalation draws the navel towards the back body. You can rotate deeper. And there's no sinking through the hips here. There's that light little inner body lift so that you feel a sense of buoyancy instead of the heaviness. One more. Good. Fingertips to the floor. Balance in the center for just a moment. And then step the left foot forward. Come into standing forward fold. Just relax the whole upper body over the legs. So no tension here at all. Now to do the other side, we're going to take the right leg back. Left leg is forward, and again, your fingers are in a finger stand. Grounding down through that front shin bone, reach the back heel away. When you feel stable, squeeze those inner thighs and bring the arms up and over the head. High lunge position. Again, we're going to interlace the fingers. Index and thumb come up. Now lean to your left. And as you lean to the left, feel that right side body open. Now breathe deeply into the lung. Full expansion on inhalation. Contraction on exhalation. Feeling the warmth. The warmth helps with that purification process. Good, come back to center. Now we're going to move into that twist. So we're going to take the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Fist with the bottom, hand cup with the top, or hands in prayer. Keep reaching the shin bone away from the back heel so you're nice and firm in the legs, and then rotate the navel a little deeper to the left. Each exhalation is an opportunity to twist further. If it's too intense, bring the knee to the floor. One more. Good. Fingertips to the floor. Step the back foot forward. Standing forward fold. Completely let go. Feel everything soften. And we'll take another vinyasa. So inhale, hands to the shins or floor, flat back. Exhale, step or lightly hop back to plank position. You can do it your way, either knees lowered or lifted, chaturanga. Inhale into cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale to down dog. And then from down dog, bring your knees to the floor. Squeeze the elbows tight till the belly comes down. Just turn your cheek to one side and rest. Feel the breath slowly coming down to a pace that's calm and stable. And turn your cheek to the other side. And just rest. And as you're here, just go back to that feeling. remembering the lineage that you were a part of, the passing down of these teachings from teacher to student, that beautiful gift. And now from here, you're going to bring your arms forward over your head, and feet and legs are together, forehead down into the mat. Inhale, lift the upper body, legs and feet. And then as you exhale, widen your legs, squeeze your elbows out wide. Inhale, bring the arms and hands, legs and feet and arms and hands back together. And then exhale, forehead to the floor, everything rests. Do it again. Inhale, everything lifts off the floor. Widen the legs, bend the elbows out wide as you exhale. Inhale, everything comes together. Try to get the legs and feet to squeeze and touch. Exhale, come down. Keep going. Inhale, everything lifts. Exhale, widen the legs, bend the elbows into your side. Inhale, squeeze everything together. And exhale, come down. 2 more, your pace. Now rest and turn your cheek to one side. Let everything soften, especially the glutes. And turn your cheek to the other side. Good. Hands under the shoulders. Push yourself up into sitting on your heels for just a moment. Vajrasana, and then absorb the tailbone in, lift the lower belly, and just rest. Feel the rest as the body settles. Notice the mind is quiet. Whole body expanding on inhalation, whole body contracting on exhalation. Nice. We're going to take the legs over to one side and the feet and legs out in front. So internally rotating the thighs in and down. And then with the legs nice and firm, feet flexed, hands beside the hips, we'll just start with Dandasana here. So we're going to keep those legs stable. See if you can lift the spine a little bit more. At the same time, relax the shoulders away from the ears. We're going to move an in and out dynamic Paschimottanasana. So inhale, the arms reach up. And now exhale, just a little bit of a lean. Don't go too far to your peak to start. And then slide your hands back. And as you inhale, you're going to come back up again. So inhaling, arms reach. Again, exhale, just lean forward. And maybe you'll find just a little more space than you did last time. But keep it natural and organic. Don't force. And then inhale again. Let the breath really feel like it's moving you. Exhale as you contract. Forward folding over the legs, maybe a little further. Inhale as you expand. Just being really gentle with the body here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now this time we're going to stay here with the arms lifted. Exhale the breath out here. And then hold the breath out without strain. Fold over the legs and just stay in the forward fold as long as you're comfortable without breath. When you need to inhale, reach the arms in alignment with the ears. Activate the back body, come back up. Do it again. Exhale here. All the breath leaves the body. No strain. Hold the breath out. Fold. Stay relaxed with the breath held out. Inhale when you need to. Arms in alignment with the ears as you come up. Again, exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now we're just going to stay over the legs. Everything softens. Keep pulling back on the pinky toe sides of your feet and feel those inner thighs rotating towards the floor. Legs are firm. Doesn't matter how far down you are. Head and neck is relaxed. Continue to feel the spine lengthening on inhale, heart moving away from the hips. Keep softening on exhale. One more. Good. Arms in alignment with the ears. Press down into the legs. Come back up. Nice and firm. And then exhale. Hands beside the hips. Just feel stability in the body here. Eyes are closed. Your soft gaze. And we're going to make our way to the floor. So if you're in a cooler room, you're going to want to put your socks back on. We have a couple more closing postures before we go down. So as you scoot forward on your mat, rest the whole spine into the mat. You're going to hug your knees into your chest once you come down. And again, just really reminding yourself of the benefit of Hatha Yoga, that physical practice that we use so regularly, but with the recognition of what it's really there for. And Hatha Yoga says in the very beginning of the Hatha Yoga Pradipika that really the goal is just the same as Raja Yoga. It's self-actualization, self-realization. And the knees move over to the left. As you look to your right, and just rotating that navel to the right. Nice twist here to release any tension that might be there still in the spine. And if you can, gaze over your right shoulder so that the cervical spine is twisting too. Let the navel sink towards the back body, and as it does, maybe the right shoulder grows heavy. Those of you that have a little more flexibility, you could straighten the right leg if you'd like. Place the heel of that foot into the left hand. And see if you can use that bind to just rotate the navel a little further to the right. Very nice. Now we'll switch sides. So releasing that foot, come back to center. Keep the knees tight into the chest for a moment. And now go to the right side, just rotating the knees there, and then the left arm opens up this time. And as the left arm opens up, just feel the shoulder soften towards the earth, and if you can, take the gaze over the left shoulder. Belly button sinks towards the back body. Soften the left shoulder further. Just feeling the fascia, all that surrounds the musculature. Feeling that unwind, releasing patterns of gripping, finding new patterns of health. If you want to take the left foot into the right hand just a little deeper, sometimes that bind helps give us leverage to twist the navel just a little further to the left. One more breath here. And then slowly release, come back to center. Again, one more time, you're going to hug your knees into your chest. And now we'll prepare for Shavasana. So if you need any support underneath your legs, like a bolster or a blanket, please take it. Again, if you're in a cool room, sweaters, socks, Certainly a blanket over the body is perfectly fine. And if it's a lighted room, it's helpful to have an eye pillow or something that you can gently place over the eyes, nothing too heavy. But allow the feet to widen just a little bit more than hip distance apart, arms down by your sides, palms face up. The shoulder blades are tucked underneath you. And the idea behind purification, and certainly in Hatha Yoga there's far more purification practices such as neti that we're familiar with, the nasal cleansing, abdominal cleansing, and all of these different techniques. The point is so that we don't remember that we have a body. We don't feel aches and pains that are keeping us linked to the physical form so intensely. That when the body is healthy, we almost forget that it's there. And then recognize here the quality of the mind, the softness, the lack of busyness. And when the mind is in that pristine state, it becomes a pure reflection of the light that is within you, the experience of who you really are. That's the jnana. And all the action we just took, all that karma yoga, all the yoga of action, eventually leads us to that bhakti, that pure devotion, pure love, a recognition of something bigger than ourselves. We don't have to label it, just aware of it. The higher intelligence that governs all those subtle functions inside of us and outside of us. Just having some gratitude towards that. So very slowly begin to deepen your breath. And as the breath comes in, just notice the freedom with which it can move through the body. Gently run the thumb across the fingertips, wiggle the toes, and if you'd like, roll your wrists and roll your ankles. And give a good morning stretch, arms over the head, interlace the fingers, and just push the palms away from the feet. Just like you were waking up in the morning. And then bring the knees back into the chest. And then curl to your right side into fetal. Arm under the head as a pillow for support. And placing the left hand into the earth, slowly come back up into seated. Head and neck heavy, eyes closed as you come up. And if you would like to prop your sit bones up on a blanket for a few moments, please do so. And just sitting with that tall spine, relaxed body. And just go back to what we spoke of at the beginning of the practice, this recognition that all of what we do has a higher goal, a higher aim. Nothing can be more satisfying than the recognition of who you really are. Realizing that. And then if you catch a glimpse of it from your practice, building upon that glimpse until the true knowledge of who you are is anchored firmly in your mind and in your heart, in all your actions, all your choices. Namaste.